thanks for joining me, your sport pilot James Glory, on another exciting episode of Sport Bible on TNT, where we'll bring you exciting and latest sport happenings across the world of sport every Tuesday. This week will be an exception, so I would implore you to please stay tuned, because we'll be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back, and it's nice to have you this beautiful Tuesday, as we'll be having so many sport recaps that happened during the weekend and during the midweek, and we'll be starting from the highlight of the midweek, talking about one of the prestigious competition in the world of football, the UEFA Champions League, where we saw Real Madrid defeating Manchester City to proceed to the round of 16 in that particular tournament. Remember, they were able to do the double against Manchester City, and now they have proceeded to the round of 16, where they'll be facing another Spanish side. Atletico Madrid will be witnessing the Madrid debut at the round of 16 in the UEFA Champions League. It's going to be an interesting one to see the Spanish side taking on each other in the UEFA Champions League. And talking about the UEFA Champions League, also we'll be seeing the German side, Bayern Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, taking on each other in the round of 16 to fight for a space in the quarterfinals of the competition. The competition is getting all heat up, as we'll be seeing Liverpool also taking on Paris Saint-Germain in the round of 16 in that particular one in the UEFA Champions League. It was an interesting one, talking about the Spanish side during the weekend, where we saw the win against Valencia, against Girona, and against Las Palmas for Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, as the title race in the Spanish La Liga gets it up right now. It's going to be an interesting one to watch for the end of the season, where we saw Barcelona winning, and this means that they are on top of the Spanish La Liga on the same point with Real Madrid, but on goal difference. That means they are at the top of the Spanish La Liga right now, and Real Madrid are sitting second with the same points with Barcelona, where Atletico Madrid are following Real Madrid closely with just 1 point between them in the Spanish La Liga. The Spanish side are digging it out to the final day in the Spanish La Liga to see who will be crowned the champion in the Spanish La Liga. It's going to be an interesting one, like I said, to watch out for till the end of the season. And switching our attention to the Serie A, we talk about Como defeating Napoli during the weekend and handing over the lead in the Serie A to Inter Milan. Inter Milan that were able to defeat Girona 1-0 during the weekend, are occupying the top position in the Serie A right now, while Napoli could only sit at the second position following their recent defeat to Como during the weekend. Atlanta are back to their winning ways following their disappointing spell in the UEFA Champions League. They were defeated twice by Club Brugge, and this means that they are out of the competition. But back to the Serie A, and Ademola Lookman scoring a brace in a 5-star performance by Atlanta, where they were able to defeat Empoli in the Serie A to seal their spot in the Serie A. Third position is what they are occupying right now in the Italian Serie A. What a way to get back to their winning ways, scoring 5 goals during the weekend. And we saw Ademola Lookman, the Nigerian winger, scoring 2 goals for Atlanta during the weekend, following his critics by his manager in the UEFA Champions League that they were knocked out. It's quite an interesting one to see him showing a response and scoring a brace in the Serie A, while we saw Inter Milan occupying the number 1 spot in the Italian Serie A, 1 point ahead of Napoli, who are sitting second, Atlanta third, and Juventus fourth position after being able to win their match during the weekend. And quickly, let's go on a very short break, and when we're right back, we continue from where we stopped.
JK Royal Signatures, a blend of African fabric.
Welcome back, and continuing from where we stopped, we talk about Arsenal Football Club, where last weekend they saw Mourinho doing the work of the striker and scoring a goal for them to get a win, but that wasn't the case this weekend, as West Ham were able to get the maximum point against Arsenal Football Club, and this will be telling on them in their title race, where they are hoping to chase down Liverpool in the Premier League this season. It was a devastating one for Arsenal Football Club, one that they won't be looking to remember so quick in the Premier League this season. And also talking about Chelsea, we talk about Aston Villa, where they were able to defeat Chelsea coming from a goal behind to get a maximum point against Chelsea Football Club in the Premier League during the weekend. We saw Marcus Rashford getting a brace of assist, and we saw Marco Asensio scoring 2 goals against Chelsea, his first goal in the Premier League and his first goal for Aston Villa to get the particular win that Aston Villa needs to go and keep the gap between them and Chelsea in the Premier League table. It's going to be a devastating one for Chelsea, who started the season in high-flying colours, but right now they are out of the UEFA Champions League spot. Before now, they have said they are not title contenders, but we will think that Enzo Maresca's side won't be in the top 4 at this part of the season. And another interesting one in the Premier League was a Super Sunday, where we saw Newcastle defeating Nottingham Forest 4-3 in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest has lost another match yet again following their recent defeat to Fulham in the Premier League. Currently, they are sitting in the 3rd position, but they have been able to drop 6 points in their last 2 matches in the Premier League. It's quite a sad one for them. We're hoping that this time that Arsenal are dropping points is the time for Nottingham Forest to close the gap between them and another. Talking about the Super Sunday, we talk about the interesting one, the match between the league leaders and the defending champion Liverpool and Manchester City, where Liverpool were able to defeat Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium 2-0 to cement their spot at the top of the Premier League table, going 11 points clear Arsenal Football Club and every other Premier League side watching them do that in the Premier League during the weekend. You know that Arsenal lost their match, Liverpool were able to win theirs, and Nottingham Forest lost against Newcastle. Manchester City suffered a defeat to Liverpool, and this means that all the teams following Liverpool at the Premier League table will drop points during the weekend, and this means that Liverpool are 11 points clear in the Premier League this season. This is the first time that Liverpool will be winning Manchester City under Pep Guardiola at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League, and this is the first time that they will be able to do the double against Manchester City in the Premier League under Pep Guardiola. It's going to be an interesting one to see them going forward to winning the league after defeating the defending champion Manchester City in the Premier League, and also seeing that Arsenal Football Club are without a striker and they are not doing what it takes to chase them down in the Premier League this season. An interesting one. Also talking about Manchester, we talk about Manchester United that were able to rescue a point against Everton during the weekend. We saw them struggling and getting back to the game after going 2 goals down in the first half of the Premier League match. Manchester United were able to salvage a point against Everton as they hope to get back to their winning ways, as they'll be facing Ipswich in the Premier League tomorrow, and they'll be hoping to win in their home soil, where they'll be playing at Old Trafford. And another interesting one to watch out for in the Premier League tonight is the match between Newcastle and Liverpool. Will the league leaders be able to defeat Newcastle to cement their place yet again in the top of the Premier League table, or will they be having another crack show in the Premier League? Remember that the previous meeting between Newcastle and Liverpool ended 3 goals apiece. We'll be seeing the match between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City. The last visit for Manchester City against Tottenham Hotspur ended in favour of Tottenham Hotspur, and also we'll be seeing the match between the 2nd position and the 3rd position in the Premier League tomorrow night, where Arsenal Football Club will be taking on Nottingham Forest. It's going to be a decisive one for Arsenal Football Club, going to face Nottingham Forest, and also Liverpool facing Newcastle in the Premier League. It's going to be an interesting night for us in the world of football this midweek across the world of football. This is the length at which we'll be going on this week's episode of Sport Vibe on TNT Work. For more news and sports stories, follow us across our various social media handles at Sport Vibe on TNT Work. Enjoy your week. Remain blessed.